Hey everyone, today's video is all about the Riskrunner and the catalyst and just how good the Riskrunner can be. So there is me upgrading my catalyst, which I got from a Nightfall drop, just a random RNG drop. You can do it 1,000 times and not get it. So I'm just lucky enough to get the catalyst drop. It is all about range. So the default setting on Riskrunner is 55, and with the catalyst upgraded, it's 82. Now, what does that do for the Riskrunner? What's it bring to the table? Well, it's not a gun for PvP. You're going to use a different exotic that's just going to be able to kind of accentuate the exotic side of the weapon you choose. Riskrunner, you know, it's all about getting arc damage. And in PvP, you're not going to get arc damage very much, and you're not going to have a perfect setting where everyone's lined up and can be arc webbed together with your gun. So, but now when it comes to PvE, wow, it's fantastic, and I'm going to show you throughout this rest of this video me soloing the Strange Terrain Nightfall using 80% of the Riskrunner. And I do use Sins of the Past rockets on, say, nights, but I do mow down a lot of nights with the Riskrunner as well. So I use the Nightfall also just to upgrade. It's not a lot of work, only because you're going to see how quickly the Riskrunner clears out this room. And, you know, those are all adds being accounted towards your upgrading. And I did this a few times and it upgraded. So with the extra bonus range, it's gonna pay off. It's gonna work. You're not really going to notice it, you know, so much in this sort of setting where you're just busy running around shooting, but everything's webbing to everything. And yeah, it's going to help out. And the gun is so powerful itself that it's nice to have the extra range, but it's not absolutely necessary. If you don't have the catalyst, it really doesn't matter. It's going to do a lot of work for you, and it is a great weapon. And if you're just, you know, kind of tired of using the same old loadout, well, Riskrunner, you know, you can only really use it whenever there's an event or an activity where there's a lot of arc damage coming your way. This one's got a lot of knights, so they're shooting those big booming blasters at you, and so you're taking a lot of splash damage. So yeah, you don't have to take a direct hit to the face, but something that lands on the ground and that you can touch, you know, just a little bit of splash is going to get it procced, and it's just go time. So right here, I went to go and get touched by a thrall, but the blue curse thrall were leading, so that's why I just kind of pulled back and went around. Well, it's just like, it's so easy. So that's how I go about at the end boss, is I keep Thrall alive just so that I can be touched by Thrall and have Arc Conductor whenever I want it. And two, the Knights also give you Arc Conductor. So I got Arc Conductor here, might as well just shoot them down. It's just such a powerful weapon that really gets, you know, underplayed, because we use heavies, exotics, coil, accuracy. You know, it's not getting a lot of love for PvP, understandably, and there's just other things that overshadow it. But I'm just using this video as a showcase, an eye-opener, and as a reference for those that just want to try something a little different. You know, this was fun. And I do use the Riskrunner, and I've used it in my Tree of Probabilities Nightfall, and it worked out awesome. And here you can just see it just works so awesome. And that extra range right there is a prime example of having the catalyst, that it just makes the work a little easier for the gun. And when she's sending out her blasters at you, and you have, you know, quite a bit of distance between you and the wizard, well, you're going to get her down a little quicker with that extra range. So now I had to get touched by Arc, which is the Thrall. Like, there's no other gun that is going to be able to wipe out an entire room like that. And you may say that, oh, the Huckleberry is fantastic. Yep, the Huckleberry is absolutely awesome. And it's a very neutral gun, so it's going to give you an exotic enhancement at everything that you do. But this gun is a fantastic submachine gun alone without the arc conductor or the exotic perk. But when you do have that exotic perk going, it is the best thing. So Huckleberry is the best neutral one. You can use it anywheres at any time. But the Riskrunner, whenever you have an activity where you're getting a lot of arc, it is by far the best. It's so powerful. Even in this room, I still use Riskrunner, but you can only do so much, and then you have to turn to heavy. And since we're on the topic about catalysts and exotics, Riskrunner's exotic is, the exotic and the catalyst, they're great for PvE. It's going to pay off. But if you were to take a catalyst, say like for the Jade Rabbit, where you have to upgrade it by doing 250 Crucible kills. Like, that is absurd. It's just like a crazy amount of grinding. Even if you were to get 10 kills a game with it, I do have the Jade Rabbit Catalyst, and I started at it. And one game I had, I think, 11 kills, and another game I had 9. So, like, literally, it's going to take you probably almost 30 Crucible games of using the same gun over and over. I just find it absurd, and all it gives you is stability. The gun is already fairly stable to begin with. Now, especially for PC users, like for me now to use Riskrunner on a PC, it's so smooth, it's so stable. Now, for console, yeah, maybe the Jade Catalyst is completely worth it, and if that's your baby, because there's a lot of, Jade Rabbit lovers. I never really got into it, but I think that it's a lot of fun, and I did start using it, but I'm just always a Better Devils, Midnight Coupe kind of player, I guess a hand cannon, and I don't even use submachine guns. I don't even really use the Huckleberry. When I use Voidwalker and I'm raiding, yeah, I'll use Huckleberry. Other than that, but I find myself using more Riskrunner now than anything. But the Riskrunner's Catalyst, it's very easy. It's probably one of the most simple catalysts to upgrade because it's so effective, and how many enemies it kills in just one sweep. So you'll also see that it keeps reloading. Every time I get touched and every time I get a kill, it's reloading and reloading and reloading. It's a very easy catalyst to upgrade. Now, these catalysts for players in Destiny, it's been excruciating for people. Like, there's hardly any Riskrunner catalysts out there, and same with Jade Rabbit. So the content that's being provided here now by Bungie, it's a real grind, and Destiny players, we like the grind. For some things, I guess, something that catches your eye, it's nice to work towards, but it's kind of painful to work towards everything. Now, in this room here, I got to use heavy, and I just don't want to take an unnecessary death, so I'm just kind of using heavy, making sure everything's dead. Trying to be cautious. Into the Past, pretty powerful rocket launcher. You can do it on anyone, even those other legendary ones with auto tracking. You're still going to get the same result. I just don't have any. Now last night I did a Sentinel solo with the Synthoceps and using Acurus. So when you get down here, you're going to want to try and keep as much heavy around as possible. So here I'm just trying to get them grouped up a little bit. You see 3 of them were there, so I kind of got to do damage to 3 of them. Now there's 2 of them, so I was thinking, oh, I'll be able to take them out with 1 rocket, which that's what happened, which is good. So there's 3 bricks there. Load up. And now I want to take that guy down with my Riskrunner, but he's shooting solar. So, okay, that's a time where Riskrunner is not going to be able to be of any assistance.
Stop him now and save him.
Now there's been 2 players to be able to 2-phase this now. That's Chablo91 and Pacey McGarry. They 2-phase the boss with Coil. This is all now. See, I'm just trying to get touched to get arc. Now I'm going after the enemies that shoot. So I'm going to try and keep some thrall alive, take out some, but also keep some alive. So I'm not going to kill them all, but I'm definitely going after the ones that shoot. They have to go. So I'm just trying to run in between them because I know these guys are coming out here. Both sides. So I didn't have Arc Conductor there, but it's still a very effective, smooth, stable submachine gun. And it's a 900 RPM archetype with 41 rounds in the chamber, which I would have to say is it's the most rounds in the chamber than any other SMG. Huckleberry, you know, right around 30 maybe. I have the catalyst for Huckleberry as well, which is Assassin's Ambition. Now I'm just hip firing. Now I'm aiming there, just because it's a little bit of long range. But with Arc Conductor, your gun's strengths are going to be, you're going from, say, I believe it's, say, a 302 crit shot at close range and a 332 Arc Conducted Exotic Perk close range crit. So you get quite a increase, and you're firing at a 900 RPM rate. That's a lot of extra damage, plus it's webbing to other enemies. Now, I'm not sure how much damage a webbed enemy gets from the Riskrunner by standing beside something that is being directly shot at. I'm sure there's a video on the net that showcases that. I'm not so much of a numbers person or, you know, an absolute diehard reviewer. I enjoy doing the runs, the plays. And I love how that this Nightfall is hard. It's a real challenge, and that's why I play Destinies, because I know a lot of the solo play, and this one is definitely a hard solo to do. And it feels good when you put something together. Like last night when I did the Sentinel, it felt good being able to put something together that I was comfortable with. I did it before, and you know, I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable with my run. But this one I was really happy with, satisfied. So I keep those thrall alive, just trying to get a little Riskrunner on the boss, but then I kind of like, well, let's speed this up a little bit. Let's do some heavy on them, or heavy on him. So I waited till they touched me, a little arc damage. Is it dangerous? Oh yeah. But being a Titan, it's going to be a little easier to get momentum going. I find that using Riskrunner, using momentum, allowing yourself to take damage is a little easier to deal with or manage than, say, a Warlock. Now, I haven't tried a Warlock, but with the floatiness, I don't know how good it would go. I'm sure you can do it. It's just everything can be done. And you know, honest to God, every single weapon in this game you can do this with. You know, solo with anything. All blues if you wanted to. It's just a matter of just doing it, learning it. So I'm just trying to save heavy there. So I think I keep these guys alive. No, I take them out because I think there's more coming. So I was fortunate enough to get a heavy brick there. That was nice. You know, running heavyweight, you get the chance of getting heavy from just regular adds. Now it's a little harder to get this solar protected wizard down. Now I just get touched, going back at the wizard. They move around so much. But the secret to doing this room is mobility. I keep saying it in all my videos, is you got to keep moving. You got to, you know, just stay for a little bit and move. Stay a little bit and move. So I just keep moving. Had enough of him. Had to hit him with some heavy. So this week I've done the Striker Titan with Accurus, the Stormcaller with Accurus, the Sentinel with Accurus, and now the Striker with Riskrunner and Sins of the Past. This is probably my favorite run right here. The Sentinel was pretty awesome too. That one actually took me quite a bit of time to do. Yeah, the Sentinel one was tough. Only because I was trying to be aggressive and trying to push things and but I might as well just leave the video here to play out on its own. I appreciate everybody watching. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Silencery. I'm always uploading now, and you know, subscribe if you're into you know, solos. And I throw up every now and then. I'll throw up some rating content. And I'm starting to get into this sort of thing now with a little bit of reviews and that sort of stuff, showcasing maybe different weapons or how you go about, you know, using them, or just trying to show something different, something that, you know, out of the ordinary. And yeah, subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, just hit like. It really is appreciated. I'm small, just starting out, and put a lot of effort into this. So thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.
I knew you could do, Dottie.
Thank you, Commander. We're always here to help.